This presentation is brought to you by Smoooth Productions.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Smoooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. I am your boy Smooth, and that is Smooth with 3 O's. Oh, there we go. Look, we already got things going on because it's so exciting of a night. It's official. Smoooth Conversations, once again, where the conversations are always smooth. For everyone who's watching for the first time, thank y'all very much. Appreciate the love. I need everyone right now to like and share this stream. No matter if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on the X, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch right now, like and share, because the show gets even better when you are commenting. So I can have your comments shown on the screen, and you can interact with me and tonight's special guest. I also need everyone to use their device right now. And you see right up there, the QR code, go ahead and scan it and connect with yours truly, Smoooth Productions. Once again, Smooth with 3 O's. You can follow me all across social media. If you want to leave a tip, you can do all of that. You can check out the website. I am a DJ, professional DJ, MC, sound engineer, content creator, Mr. Jack of all trades. Y'all need some dope customized apparel, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, whatever it is, I got you. But tonight's all about Smoooth Conversations. And once again, this show is being broadcast live on YouTube, on the X, on Facebook, on Twitch. But I am proud to announce that as of this morning, this show is going to go even bigger and better, because starting next Thursday, Smoooth Conversations will be part of the new Beat District Radio internet radio station that's just getting started, starting tomorrow. So every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, the most recent show that has gone on Smoooth Conversations, and maybe some past shows, will be broadcast on Beat District Radio. Information on the bottom of the screen. You can go to the website, beatdistrictradio.com. You can also download the app via iOS or Android. Check it out. Shouts out to my sis in the game, Kalonda K. She is the founder of Beat District Radio, and it's about to get even smoother on Beat District Radio. So start on next Thursday. So this show will be broadcasting on Beat District Radio starting next Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I see that we already got some comments going on. What's going on, Mrs. Tanya Rucker said, let's get it, friend. We got Rob saying, hey, fam. The wifey saying, congrats. Thank you, wifey. And also to my mother in love says, awesome. So yes, once again, get ready for Smoooth Conversations to be on Beat District Radio doing big things, y'all. So speaking of big things, it's time to bring on the guest. This is a woman that I've known for quite some time. We have our own story to share and talk about, but this woman, as you saw in the promo, she is a boss. She is a leader. She is an entrepreneur. She does so many great things. She is a chief fashion, y'all. Chief fashion officer, y'all. CFO up in this thing. And tonight, it's just all about being real, 100, vulnerable, because you never know who's watching and how much it can affect you or someone else. So it's my honor to have on the show someone I used to call back in the old days, TD, Tiffany Dorsey. What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Great to have you on the show.
Good to be on the show. Good to be on the show. And before we get started, congratulations on the expansion. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And once again, just doing what I say in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Just doing what I feel God wants me to do.
Yeah.
And shine a light. And people have so many different ways of ministering to people.
Yes.
And this is just another way for me to do so. So, y'all, she here.
Hey,
she in
everybody.
the TSC. Let's get it. Let's get right to these comments because people are already leaving comments. Bring them on. Thank you very much, Keita Jones. Let's see who we have here. Hey, Smooth, ready to hear my sugar. We got Time to Rapture podcast. Okay. Chief Fashion she is. This is Evangelist Tammy Renee.
Yes. Hey, Tammy.
Okay. The wifey. Hey, Sugars.
Hey, Sugar.
You're going, go ahead, sis. Let's see. From Keita Jones.
Yes.
God is doing some amazing things. Love you.
I love
Tiffany
you.
Dorsey.
Love you.
You got Brandy Smith. Hey, sis. Let's go. Joanne Griffin. Congratulations.
Hey,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
So once again, I need everyone right now to go ahead and go ahead and share this stream. Also, go on YouTube, Smoooth Conversation, Smooth with 3 O's, y'all. And like and subscribe and click on that bell as well, y'all, because we want to get this show to go even bigger and better heights. When I say syndication, y'all.
Yes.
Syndication.
Let's help them get there.
Let's go. Let's get this thing going.
Let's
go. Rose says, and a singer.
Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute now. Let's see. Who we have here? Brandy says, hey.
Hey.
Mrs. Rucker says, congrats to you both. This is huge. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And yes, already shared. There we go. So, you ready to get into this?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
So, first off, you got to go ahead and have a toast, man.
Let's toast.
Toast to Black success.
Yes.
Continued success.
Yes.
Keeping God first in all that we do.
Amen.
And having a wonderful show this evening.
Amen.
There we go. Let's get it in, y'all.
Yes, let's do it.
So speaking of Black success, one of my biggest pet peeves has been what I've seen recently, the decline of professionalism when it comes to Black business. My wife and I, over the last year, dealt with some companies trying to, promote Black business.
Yeah.
And the whole nine. And then if we're not big time, some may say if we're not white people, we don't get the same treatment.
Yeah.
And that, once again, that really just puts a oomph because we all want to support each other.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't come back to us in a professional way. Like either it's the ghosting or,
all of that.
The lack of communication goes on. So
all of that.
What are your thoughts in regards to Black businesses now?
So I've experienced that. I just experienced a situation recently. And I feel like sometimes as Black businesses, we always want people to understand that, well, I have these other things going on. And so let me just explain what I mean by that. I ordered something from a company, Black-owned company, and it had been like almost 4 weeks, and I still hadn't received my products, right? And so I reached out, and the owner called me back and said, well, I have my own, business, but I also work full time. Now, I work full time as well. Have my own business as well. But I didn't say that. I just said, okay, so I just want an update. And he called back and said, well, I'll be shipping this out. I'm here today printing everything up and I'll be shipping it out. 3 weeks later, I still didn't have it. And so I just submitted a request for a refund through the company that I purchased it from. And so I just happened to check the page of the business, and he had this long rant really about what I had just experienced with him. And I knew that it was about me. And so I responded very professionally, but let him know that, Just because it's a Black owned business and I am Black does not mean that I expect or should receive bare minimum. I'm still a customer. And I told them I too have a business and I too work full time, but I make sure that my customers get what they need. Customers don't really care about that. Customers care about the care that you're giving to them in that moment, because they don't have to service you, right? They can go anywhere to get anything that they want. But when the customers choose to come to you for a service, I think we owe them. We owe them top tier service. That's what I think. And so I think we need to do better as Black people.
Yes, we do.
Understanding that just because this is my sister or my cousin or my friend, or because we are Black, that we don't deserve top tier service. We do. We do. So I think we need to do better. We need to do better.
I definitely agree.
With each other.
Definitely agree. And I brought it up earlier, but it just seems like one of the biggest issues is just the lack of communication. And that can affect businesses. It can affect relationships. If you just have proper communication, it's amazing how things can come from to I appreciate that.
And I try to understand that everybody's not like me. Everybody's not like you. I am a communicator. If I can't do it, or there's been situations where people have ordered something from the store and maybe something that was missized. Mistakes happen. But if you communicate that to your customers and say, hey, you know what? It's our error. This is what I'm going to do to rectify this problem. This is what we can do to try to get you another item or something similar to it. Typically they're okay with that. You have some that may not be okay with that, and that's all right. Refund them their money. But I think if you, like you said, if you're communicating and if you're letting people know what the situation is, things can go so much smoother.
And something that I learned when I used to work at a hotel is treat every customer as VIP.
Absolutely.
And I've taken that to the bank. No matter if I'm DJing, if I'm taking photos, if I'm making your shirt, whatever it is. My goal is to make sure that you feel like VIP.
That's right. That's important. I want, when you come in my store, I want you to feel good. And when you're leaving, I want you to feel good. So that's important to me too. Because like I said, people don't have to buy from you. They don't have to support you. But when you're giving that top tier service, people are going to come back. They're going to come back. But when you're just treating people like they're nothing, you're going to lose a lot. Business, Johnson, everything.
Kay Johnson says A1 service all the time.
Thank you, Kay.
Brandy says it is a privilege to serve.
Amen.
Kay Johnson also says Tiffany definitely goes above and beyond for her customers.
Thank you.
And then we have here, we definitely need to do better. That's what makes a great business owner, a great communicator, and honesty. Wifey says, love the vibes of sugars.
Yes.
Experience.
It's a whole experience.
I think you may have cashed out or something so she can say, that was funny. Then we have, you gave us top tier everything and we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
How does it make you feel getting compliments like this, or in person, or someone reaches out to you and say, what you're doing has touched? Because you brought up earlier in the pre-show. But talk about, how does it make you feel when you are receiving the thank yous and the praise for what you're doing?
I'm very, very sensitive, right? And so it reaches the heart for real. And sometimes I want to tear up when I hear things like that. But I know that it makes me feel good, of course, because I know I'm doing the right thing. And like I told you earlier, for me, this business is not just about selling clothes. It's really, really a ministry for me. And I didn't realize that in the beginning. But this is my way of creating that sisterhood, that community, that I'm a shoulder to lean on. There's no judgment in this space, so it makes me feel good that people know that they can trust me They know that, I'm honest. I have a high level of integrity. That's important to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that I've been in business for so long, because I carry that.
And truthfully, it should be motivating for anyone, and it should inspire everyone who's in business.
Yeah.
Even like if you're a student at school, you want to be able to see the rewards and reap the rewards.
Absolutely.
And have that acknowledgement, because
Yeah.
it can just make your day go from here to all of
Yeah.
a sudden, oh my God,
Yeah.
my day feels so much better
Yes.
because you have that proper acknowledgement.
Absolutely. And like you said, we never know. Well, we talked about this in the pre-show as well. You just never know how you impact people.
Mhm.
You never know how people really feel about you. And that happened on Saturday. I literally teared up when this Conchita Hughes invited me to her Empower Her tea to be a speaker. And the words that she spoke in my introduction, it brought me to tears, for real, because I never knew that she felt like that about me. But yeah, it reaches the heart.
Yeah.
It reaches the heart.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So I said on the intro that we have a story, because we know each other for a long time.
We have.
So we're gonna get right into it, y'all. Let me go ahead and give me another.
Let's do it.
So in April, it will be 15 years that I've been at Express Scripts.
That long?
And that's when you and I, probably
We
maybe
initially
maybe
met.
a year or two afterwards,
Yeah.
was when you
When
and
we
I
met.
met. And I was just, regular, learning the way around, because I was in one program for a while.
Yeah.
But then moved over to a different program, focused more so on reimbursement.
Yeah.
So that's when I ran into you.
Yep.
In our old department.
Yeah.
At Express Scripts. And I can't think at the time if you were a supervisor or not.
I wasn't.
Okay, so you were just a regular reimbursement.
I was a reimbursement specialist.
Then they started a new program.
Yep.
In which I go into the training class, and guess y'all, who was my trainer?
What? I was the trainer.
And when I say it was a SHIT show from the get-go.
It was a mess, wasn't it?
Please explain what was going on with that program, because it was like a startup program that just never got off the starting blocks.
Nobody knew what they were doing.
Yes.
And they expected us to do the work, right? Expected me to train it, expected us to really do the work. And nobody really knew what they were doing. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And it got off. I don't know if it got off to where it was supposed to be, but it was a mess. It was a mess.
And I knew it was all bad when one day I walk in, because like I said, you and I had a good rapport.
Yeah.
We was always cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were.
And which I'm thankful for that.
Me too.
Since day one.
Yeah.
And one day I came in and you just had like this. Normally you have an aura.
Yeah.
And I know people who's watching right now will agree that you have an aura. As soon as TD steps into the room,
yeah,
hey baby, da 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 da. But it was like those days after the vibe changed.
Yeah.
Because you knew that this just wasn't feeling right.
It wasn't right. And I am one that I really cannot hide how I feel. Like it's going to come out of my mouth or it's going to show on my face. Okay. And I've gotten better. I don't really speak out loud all the time.
Yeah.
That took some work, but it still shows on my face when something is not right. And it wasn't even about me. Okay. When I'm in leadership or leading something or training something, it's about you guys. It's about the people that's really learning the job. And I think people don't realize it's bigger than what is happening. What about you? Are we keeping you all whole? Are we making sure that you have the tools and the skills needed to effectively do your job?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my biggest thing. I knew that I wasn't going to stay there long.
Oh yeah.
It was bittersweet,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can say that being in that role was very instrumental in where I am now. So, and that's what I've just come to understand about life itself. Every situation that you encounter, it's really to help you for your next, right? That next level. And so I've learned to just go in the flow. Like go through those journeys, those faith journeys, those trials and tribulations that you go through. Learn to embrace them.
Yeah.
They don't feel good, but they're there to help you in your next. So with that situation, getting the position as a trainer at Centene, that probably wouldn't be if I didn't experience what I experienced at United Health. No, I'm sorry.
Right. Express
Scripts. Right. So I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it.
Now, another backstory is that when I first met Tiffany, I was at the time going with who has been the mother of my daughter, Miracle.
Yep.
And I know that during that time frame, you were a supportive person in regards to that at the time relationship. So with that being said, for those who watch our show, who haven't, I do have these moments called smooth moments. And she doesn't have any idea what's about to happen. So
let me see.
So we get from one relationship, right, to this right here, in which you have this relationship with who that woman right there.
And that's old.
Yes.
Wow.
She probably gonna beat me up after the show.
No, I won't.
No. My wife will.
Jamie, look at what he did to us. But we look good, girl. We still look good.
So talk about this relationship and how did y'all meet?
Jamie.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's my baby. She's always been little sis. Jamie and I met at church. So her mother, father, like we're a big family from New Salem. And although we have all gone on to separate churches and doing our own things, we still have a family connection. So, and it's a lot of us. Robert, that's on here. I don't know who else is on, but we've always just remained as family. So we met when we were I was a teenager. I know Jamie's just a few years younger than me, but she's always been little sis. Her and James. James has always been little brother. But we're a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We met back in church many, many years ago. New Salem.
And she says, I'm a bystander. How I get in Hey, New Salem fam.
That's right. And look, the New Salem family, we still get together. Even though, like I said, we've all, gone our separate ways and gone into different churches, we still get together. We got together, maybe 2 years ago, and just had a great night out with each other. So yeah. I love that.
Lyric Love says, one of my mantras, what comes from the heart reaches the heart.
Amen.
And your girl Tanya says, I've heard many stories about this disaster at Express Scripts.
It was a disaster.
So I want to bring that up, of course. My wife, love you, wifey. My SA Dub.
Yeah.
And I always want to say this too on the show, is that thank you, wifey, for believing in me and for allowing me to have so many great guests to come on the show in person here at the TSC. Thank you, and I love you so much.
Go, girl.
So from one past, and I feel I have to say this to you.
Yeah.
But I feel that without you and maybe some others, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Oh, Fred.
Because
I
believe she told me that when we started to connect, that she was on her, I'm gonna find something wrong about him. And I understood that one of the people that she reached out to, because you knew about me in my past, was you.
Yeah, she did.
So talk about that.
She did. And I can't remember exactly what the full conversation was, but I do know that she reached out. And I was like, well, let me make sure that, he still ain't involved in this other thing.
Yeah, because she like, wait a minute. I heard that he's staying with his baby mama or something like that.
Because I'm protective of the people that I love.
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to bat for everybody.
Yeah.
If I love you, I'm going to bat
As
for
you should.
And I just wanted, I know that Jamie is a catch, right? She got it all. She got the brain, she got the beauty, she got the look. She's a younger woman, but she handles her business.
Mhm.
And I am just extremely proud of her. And I'm extremely proud of you both. But yeah, I was like, let me make sure ain't no other situation
Right.
that's done. But I've always thought you were a good guy. I just didn't know where you was, at that moment. But once I realized that was done, I was like, okay, well, just see where it goes.
Mhm.
We see where it goes. We don't know. And look at where you guys are now.
Bam.
Like you knew you had a catch.
Bam.
That's right.
Bam.
You knew you had a catch.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
did.
you snatched her up, and I just love the glow that she has, and I know that that's because of you. You keep a smile on her face, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, she's all that checks all the boxes. And
Absolutely.
And when I realized that, it was like, you know what? Because my mindset after the initial breakup of my previous relationship was, man, I'm about to be out here in these streets.
Outside.
I was about to be outside. Be outside. But then we ran into each other at an event. And I think it was God's way of saying, I'm going to make sure you don't go down this path.
That's right. Because you know what he saved you from.
And I accepted it.
Yeah.
And I poured everything into this woman that you see on the screen right here. And like you said, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Every day has been amazing. Yeah. And I have to thank you.
Oh, thank you.
For that.
That's
you could have been like, oh girl, oh no, then we wouldn't be here.
But I didn't know you to be that.
Right.
I didn't know you to be
exactly.
that. I knew that, you were in that previous relationship, but I didn't know you to be all over the place and doing all kinds of things. I didn't know that about you. But I knew that you took care of yours. That's what I knew about you. So I'm happy for y'all.
Thank you.
I'm happy for y'all. You all really gel, and the way you make each other happy. I see the glow on her. I see the happiness and joy in you, and it's a perfect match. But do you remember when you all came to my store? I don't know if you remember this. I can't remember if it was one of my birthday events. And I think about this sometimes. And I said to you guys, I just want to know when the wedding is. Right. And you all looked at each other, and I just wish I had followed my heart and said something to y'all that day, because y'all was planning the wedding already and did not tell us.
So yeah, that's what I want to ask you. So backstory is that my wife and I had a conversation after Mother's Day, and I was just like, why don't we just get married? And I didn't know what she's gonna say, but I just just a regular conversation. I'm at my home, she she at her house, and I just brought it up. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, for real? And so from basically Mother's Day, which is in May, all the way until 9/11, we kept it, under wraps.
Kept it a secret, a big secret.
Only one person knew until we went to Vegas, and that was her best friend cousin. Shouts out to you, Carmen. Because she's gonna come out there, not with us, but meet us out there. And then I told, of course, my best friend Jonathan as well down the line, and because the plan wasn't even for us to even have our parents there.
Right,
we were gonna just get married and then be like, surprise,
right.
But she had an appointment. I think it was like getting her hair done or something, and someone told her, no. Yeah. Tell your parents,
Kim.
So okay, so you already know.
Yeah.
And parents came. My mom watched online, and 9/11, boom. So so when you first found out on social media, obviously probably that we got married, what was your thoughts?
I was happy. What I said was I saw that, but I didn't speak to it, because I saw when I mentioned that to you guys, and it was my birthday event. When I mentioned it, I saw how you guys looked at each other like, does she know? But I didn't follow up on it, and I should have. because I saw it. But yeah, I was happy though. I was happy.
The wifey says Kim Martin cussed me out, and Mother in Love says yes, they did keep the secret, but Jamie knew I would kill her.
Right. Because had I known, I would have said something to Jamie and Fred.
Yeah, right. Brandy Smith. Oh, that was good. God always keeps us on the right path. Only God. Yeah. So, yeah, we here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. About to be 4 years September.
Yeah.
And it's just been nothing but a blessing. So it's great. Once again, this is Smoooth Conversations. Got TD, Tiffany Dorsey in the TSC. Once again, everyone, get them likes, get them shares. Let's get as many people tune in, and let's have a good time. Just talking, keeping it 100, and hopefully this is a show that you'll never forget. Yeah. So let's continue on, because I got some goodies. Goodies. Going back to special moments, Smooth moments. Talk about this one right here.
Wait a minute, you pulling all the oldies but goodies. So that was my graduation. Was that my master's? I think that was my master's degree. I think. I can't remember. But that was a good day. My uncle came in from Milwaukee, and we had family here. We had a party. My sister and I actually graduated on the same day with this. But it was a good day. It was a good day. Look at how that robe is fitting me, though. Come on now. Come on, girl.
Showing out. If I was to ask someone that from high school or even college, how would they say they would have described you?
I think I was a little more serious sometimes back then. But still the same, still loving, still nurturing, still caring. That's always been me. Yeah. But I think I was a little bit more serious and a little bit more shy. I'm still shy, but people don't believe that. But I really am shy.
My wife said the same thing. Yeah, she's shy.
I am. I'm very shy, but people do not believe that. When I was and Sister Cotton can attest to this, I'm sure. At New Salem, we would get up and say speeches every year. And every year I would cry when I'm saying my speech. Every year. Up to like 12 years old, I would cry. But yeah, I'm shy. And that's probably what they would tell you, that I was a good friend. I've always been a good friend. I still have some friends from high school. You're always caring, but just a lot more serious than I am now. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, we got a comment from Loretta Branscombe. I knew her before then. Grade school. Big smile, but was shy.
Yeah.
Brandy says, okay, shy.
I am.
And speaking of family.
That's family. Yep. That's family. So that's my uncle that came in from Milwaukee. That's my sister, of course. My god sister Lori, my niece Desiree, and that's Father John in the back, and my sister Kim.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep.
Talk about the importance of family.
Family is important. It can be a little bit challenging. You're gonna have your ups and downs with family, but I think family will always be there. And just navigating through life stuff, and it's all about growth and journeys and lessons and learning. But family is important, and family is just not blood relatives, right?
Right.
Family is friends that become family. And the Bible talks about that. Sometimes your friend will stick closer to you than a brother. And I've experienced that. I have some very, very good friends on here that are really like my sisters. And I share more with them than I do my own family. And that's not a bad thing. It's just how it is. But I love family. And I think it's very important, especially in these uncertain times. You need people. You need people that's in your corner.
That's facts. And I
Yeah.
know that we all not perfect.
Yeah,
We all fall short. But you
absolutely.
brought up in regards to, from what I'm understanding, there may have been some type or may be some type of disconnect within family.
Yeah.
And it's something that you feel that you could have done better to prevent
Absolutely.
this.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to be honest with yourself, and it starts with you, right? Sometimes, for me, I'll say, sometimes I feel like, not sometimes I feel like, I used to be a people pleaser. And sometimes I would allow things to happen and just kind of sweep it under the rug. And I think sometimes you need to separate yourself so that you can find you. And that's what I had to do. I had to separate me so that I could get me together. And I don't think that was a bad thing either. I think that was probably one of the best things that I could have did for myself. And then, God shows you. Too often, I think when we have family, we think that that it may be okay for some people to just say what they want, and people like to, step all over you while if they want you to tiptoe around them while they step all over you. And is that fair to you? It's not. But I think at some point we all have to come to realize the part that we played in the demise of relationships. And that takes a lot of growth. You have to get to that point.
Right.
You have to get to that point where you can say, you know what? I was wrong on some things too.
Right.
And we don't have to go into grave detail about everything. When it's time to move forward, just hug, forgive, and move forward. But people have to get there.
Yeah.
People have to get there. And then for me, God has to tell me when it's time to go back, because you may be ready, but they may not be ready, and then what is that going to cause? That's going to cause more problems, more situations. And that's not what God wants. So I am about right now, I'm all about peace and prosperity and just, living a joyful life. And if that's not what other people are bringing,
I can't be on the same road with you.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's just where I am in life. And whether people get there or not, that's okay with me. I'm good with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you brought up how you have people who may not be family by blood,
Yeah.
but you consider them family. Talk
Yeah.
about this family right here.
Yeah. Like Lisa. Lisa is my god sister, has been my god. She knew me when I was born. Okay. That's my god sister. Jamie, that's my little sister. Renee, she's a good, I call her that's my cut up buddy.
Cut up.
That's my cut up buddy. And like she and I don't really we're not close like Jamie and I or Lisa and I, but we have a connection when we see each other. Link. That's right.
Yeah.
When we link. But yeah, I think building communities like that's your community, that's your family outside of your real family. But I don't look at it like you have to be my blood sister to be my family. No, family is what you create, and I had to learn to create my family, and I'm blessed. I am extremely blessed. Extremely blessed.
Got you. Let's keep on going.
Yeah.
Talk about this photo here.
That's Lisa again. Oh, you went way back.
Way back.
Derica, so we all are part of that New Salem family, right? So we will always have that bond. Like we will, Lisa and I, we don't connect all the time, but they know I love them. And they know if anything is wrong, they can call me and I can call them. Absolutely. That's family. You went way back, so that's little James.
There you go. You brought him up earlier.
Little James.
What's
that's little
up,
brother.
What's up, little bro?
That's little brother.
Yeah.
That's little brother. Yeah.
Yeah, and for those who may not know, I am an only child, so I never had a brother in my life until I got married.
So how does that make you feel?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I actually do have a brother now.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and say this.
Yeah.
Outside of my best friends.
Yeah.
who I'll consider, brothers as well. But, to have that in regards to the family wise,
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
That, I can reach out to him or he can reach out to me, and it'd be a really cool feeling when he be like, "Hey, what's up, big bro?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's that. Like it's been almost 4 years, but it still kind of feels surreal. Like, wait a minute, I am a big bro.
Wow.
So because
that's beautiful.
I never had that, that real outside of my friendships.
Yeah.
Had that one feeling of being either big
I'm
or
a
little.
big brother.
So
or I'm just a brother.
Yeah. Exactly. So
that's good.
It's dope. It's a great feeling.
That's
so
good.
Shouts out to you.
So do you feel like you all can come together and have like real talk conversations? And that Jamie or Mama Cotton or just you and him.
And
that's good.
And I told my wife this too, but one of the things that attracted me even more to my wife was the relationship that she had with her mom.
Yeah.
And the family as well. Like I look, because I think about when I was younger, how my family used to have gatherings on Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatever it was. And then when I came into the family, even before getting married, I saw how she was so big on family.
Yeah.
And the love that she has between her mom and herself.
Yeah.
That really spoke a lot to me, because I've been in situations where you saw a disconnect.
Yeah.
Something just wasn't, I mean, back in the day, the whole curl thing, it just wasn't quite.
It wasn't curling right.
It just wasn't quite
was a
right.
Limp.
This one here, no, this stood out.
Yeah.
And that made me feel secure, like she has fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I knew that I needed.
Yeah.
As well. So that also was a big plus. So
that's beautiful. Yeah. And I'll say this. I love family. And do I miss, family gatherings and stuff? I absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people talk about when you have to make changes to make yourself better. I don't think people talk about the dark times that come with that. Because who really wants to pull themselves away from family, right? Nobody. But who also who wants to be viewed as a horrible person, mean, evil, just being spiteful? Nobody wants to be viewed as that.
Right.
And so when those things started to be said, being lied on and things like that, nobody deserves that, especially coming from your own family, and so nobody really discusses how hard it is to have to pull yourself away from what you're familiar with, to separate yourself, to fix you, to make sure that you are good, because things like that can really put you in a bad space.
Right.
And that's what I had to do, but it was hard. Like, I remember standing in the shower, like begging God, crying, begging God. October 17th, I can't remember the year, but I remember standing in that shower begging God to help me, to help me not to even worry about these things that were being put out, or these things that were being said, ugly things, but I'm grateful for those situations, because God showed me in that moment that He's been carrying me ever since. Like, He has never let me fall. And talk about rams in the bush. Anytime that I've been through a situation or needed something, I've always had a support system. And so that just showed me that I'm favored, and I know I am. So even when people don't understand, while I have to do what I need to do for me, I know that God understands. Right. I know that He is okay, because if He wasn't okay with it, He would tell me.
And that's the thing too, is that, and some may not understand it, they may get in their feelings because you're going in a different direction.
Right.
But it is truly about what's best for you first.
Yes.
Because if you are not right, then how can you be right for anyone else?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And so, but I'm grateful for those situations, because it really has made me a better me. It's made me a better friend. It's made me a better aunt. Like, all around a better person. Of course, do I still make mistakes? Of course. Am I still going to fall short sometimes? Of course, it's human nature. But I am more aware. I'm more aware. And when I don't feel right, I can no longer abandon me to make somebody else feel warm and fuzzy. And I'm just going to encourage somebody out there today. If you're struggling with that, do it. Never abandon yourself to make somebody else feel good.
Yeah.
Because you're not helping you.
Right.
You're just covering up, and it's time out for that.
Yeah, that was something that I had to learn through my previous experiences, that I had to remove myself from from toxicity.
Yes.
Because it's so many times that people are so used to being around toxicity.
Yeah.
They don't know how to get themselves out of it.
Yes.
And then they're so used to it. So now they embrace it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be embracing toxicity.
No. It's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody wants to live in dysfunction. I don't want to live in dysfunction. I want, I used to say, be big on happiness. Happiness is temporary. Joy lasts forever. So I have pure joy right now. Like whatever comes my way, I know that I can trust God no matter what. Whatever it is, I'm going to trust him because he allowed it. If it's happening, he knows about it. He's allowed it. So I'm going to embrace it, go through to get what I needed to learn from it and move on to the next.
Yeah. Loving it. It. Got a few comments. The wifey says, love that God is always in the midst. Loretta says, it can break you. It hurts more when family does it, but he will send you a tribe.
Yes.
And Brandy Smith says, grateful for godly connections.
Yeah.
There we go. So let's do a little transition and talk about what made you get into fashion.
So listen.
Cause look at here. Pow, pow, pow. Like, watch out, world.
Yes, honey. I love it. Fred went way back on some of these pictures, but I love it. So for me, I always felt like I've always been on the heavier side. Okay. And I didn't feel like back then that they had pieces that really fit what I wanted to look like. Like I didn't want to wear muumuus outside. I wear them to bed to be comfortable, but I didn't want to wear these big flower dresses and all of that stuff. And so as I was working at Express Scripts, I remember driving down Hanley every single day, like, Lord, please give me something that I need to do. I need to have my own business. This is what I want to do. And I started to do the research. And I ended up leaving Express Scripts, going over to the new company as a trainer. And still asking God, Lord, show me, if this is the next move that I'm supposed to make. And of course, once you start to see things coming too, you get scared, right?
Tanya's so silly. Moo-moos. I'm screaming.
I'm telling you, they had these big old flower dresses. That's not me. Yeah. That's not TT, Tanya. But God told me, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to have this boutique. But then I got scared. And I was like, of course, you have God on one shoulder and then you have that devil saying,
oh, yeah,
ain't nobody going to buy from you.
Yep.
Who going to support you? And so I got scared. And one day, it was October. No, it was like in July. I was walking into the building on Pershal. And God said, if you don't do this, I'm going to give it to somebody else. And I was like, oh my God, like, let me get busy. And so I told Harold about it. And I looked online to see what were the steps I needed to take to, start, preparing to open this business. And so I went and got the EIN. I looked up the name that I wanted, and it was available. And I sent the paperwork in. And I don't think Harold thought I was serious in the beginning until he saw where they approved my business name. And he saw it come in the mail and he was like, oh, she for real. And that's how it got started.
So
that's how it got started.
Why the name Sugars?
Because I called everybody Sugar. I called everybody Sugar, and I just thought it was the perfect name. And then I love lipstick, right? I love different color lipstick.
Okay.
And so it was perfect. It was the perfect name. And I wanted to have that spin on it with the Z and with the K. So yeah, that's how we got started.
And
Yeah.
and it's like almost every day
Yeah.
going live on Facebook,
Yes.
having a whole party
A whole party.
inside
It's
of the
a
boutique.
whole vibe, okay? It's a whole vibe.
Club
and I
Sugars.
just Club Sugars. That's what they call it. And listen, we were doing this every Friday night during COVID. Oh,
Uh-oh.
it was a whole party. Every Friday night, we'd be up in there till 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes, depending on what was going on. But this business has truly been a blessing for me. It's really been a ministry for me. I didn't realize when I first opened it that it was a ministry. I just thought it was about me selling some clothes, making curvy women look good. But it's so much more than that. And the things that happen in there, the support that we get in there, nobody is a stranger. You're gonna always meet family when you come in that store. So and just how God uses me to minister to people in there, like it blows my mind still today. People that I don't even know come in there and we discuss deep personal things. And it's been times that I'm sitting on the floor in the fitting room praying with somebody, about situations that they're going through. You just never know what you're going to encounter every day, when we come up in there.
Yeah.
But I always ask God to, especially if I haven't been through a certain situation, Lord, tell me what to say. Because I don't want to just tell people anything. I don't believe in that. I want to make sure that what I'm telling you is the right thing. So, but I love it. I love what we do. I love what we stand for. I love the family vibe that we have in there.
Wifey says, I love the confidence you give to everyone that walks through the door. Definitely your calling.
Thank you, sis.
Then we have Brandy. She says, you never walk out the way you walk in. Burdens are lifted.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, sis.
Keep on coming with them comments.
Yes,
y'all.
come
showing the
on.
love.
I love it.
Love.
I love it. Yeah.
Go back to being a curvaceous woman, and what has been some of the challenges that you felt you have faced?
So, So for me, I didn't always feel confident in my skin. I didn't. And I used to always when I was younger, have layers of clothes on, because I wanted to cover up. I wasn't confident being a curvy woman. And I think as you start to remove layers of stuff, you start to become your authentic self. And then society didn't even embrace curvy women back then. And I would say a couple years ago, it was like that 76% of women in the world are curvy. But for me, when I was younger, I felt like I was fat. I didn't look at it as curves. But once I started to embrace me as me, I think that's when I just really had this other person just come to life. And I think, this is what God has called me to do. And I'm grateful for it. Yeah. But yeah, I used to always wear dark colors, either black or gray or anything brown, just to cover up. But removing those layers and just being good with you, that's so important. Just being good with you, comfortable in your own skin. That's the best thing that you can ever give anybody.
And I'm glad you brought it up, especially in regards to colors and coming out of your skin, because this photo, I think, says it all right here.
Yes, honey. Yeah. So I did that photo shoot in Cancun. last year for my friend's wedding. Last year, and I was not going to go to this wedding. She came by the store, and I was like, I got to go for my friend. Like, she supports everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And my trip was booked like in an hour, like everything. But this was, I shudder at the fact that I almost missed this beautiful occasion. And this shoot, this happened at like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was already 100 degrees outside.
Wow.
It was hot, but it was like 7:30 in the morning. And I love this photo shoot so much. Yeah, this is just freedom. It just exudes freedom and peace.
We have Felicia Johnson, I Love Sugars, and Tiffany Dorsey.
Hey, Felicia. Thank you. Love you, girl.
Brandy Smith says Sugar Couture definitely brought me out my box.
Yes. We give you baby steps in the beginning.
Hey.
But we're going to bring you outside.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, let's keep on going on with these photos. Let me see what I have here. So I saw also that recently you have been big about accountability.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I see you post stuff like this all the time.
All the time.
Talk
all
about
the time.
the reason behind this.
So I do this for me, and I do it for other people too. And I think for me, so Tanya Rucker is on here. She's my current trainer. And I have worked out consistently. And I might miss a week or two here, but I'm still doing something, if it's the slide class or whatever it is that I'm doing. But when I started working out with her, I started working out consistently for, at least 3 or 4 times a week. But I think this holds me accountable to make sure that I'm giving myself my best. Working out, it makes me just feel better every day. If I'm stressed and I work out, I feel better. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's almost like a stress reliever. If I'm going walking, or if I'm just doing the hardcore workout, my mind is clearer. But accountability is good for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way, in my eyes, that's the only way that you can start moving and growing, is if you're holding yourself accountable. And I share this to let people know, honey, it don't matter how thick you are. It don't matter. Do what you need to do that's best for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
There you go. Shout out to Tanya.
Yeah, this is all about being good in your skin, just feeling good about you. Tanya is no joke when it comes to these workouts. Like, I was lifting that big 50-pound thing that's sitting over there in the back. It's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's no joke, but I want to be a healthier me, so I have to hold myself accountable, not just with working out, but with what I eat, with what I drink, with what I'm feeding myself, with what I'm watching on TV, all of that. All of that matters.
Tanya says, hey, and then it's therapeutic.
Yes, it is.
Wifey says, stay ready.
Yes, right.
And yeah, I mean, like, because I was telling the wifey, like, you need to go ahead and link up, you know what I'm saying, with you and Tanya, and
come on,
and do some things.
Jamie be doing her thing though.
Yeah, she do.
She does her thing. Yeah.
Shouts out to the women.
Yes.
Say, yeah, Sugar's gonna start a workout line.
We can. We absolutely can.
Tanya said, that's me. When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
That's right. That's right.
My wife had a question earlier that I want to bring up real quick. Going back to family, how do you balance it all? How do you balance it all? You have a lot of family and a big family.
So how do I balance it all?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. I think I spend a lot more time with my friends than I do with my family in this moment. But I think, I talk to my mom, make sure that they're good. But I spend a lot more time with my friends. And right now as well, I am spending a lot of time with just me. I think I'm in this season of, what am I to do in this season? and just, going through a different journey right now of life, and just learning to enjoy me. Yeah. I think that's what I do. As far as spending time with friends and family, and still work my job, my full-time job, as well as uh, my business. It's just something that you learn to do. I don't even know if I can balance it all, to be honest, but it seems to work. I try to make time for everybody when that time is needed, but I make sure that I get that self-care time in, that time in for me too.
My mother-in-law says, I can remember during COVID, you started Zoom workout.
Yeah, I sure did. I forgot that. I did. Yeah, we sure did. Jamie would lead a class sometimes. We would have Grace lead a class sometimes. Yes, we sure did. We did.
Wifey says, I needed, sis, workout clothes.
All right. Come on, Tanya. We're going to partner, girl.
There
Get
we
us a
go.
line going.
Hey, Tanya, I just need like 5% since I just promoted. You're going to have a lot of people going to be reaching out to you now like, hey.
That's right.
Let's collab.
Let's do it, girl.
And a question that I love to ask my guests too. Talk about collaboration versus competition. And what does that mean to you?
I did not collaborate a lot in the beginning because I saw what other friends and family had collaborations with other people, and it always ended in a bad way. And I didn't want that. But because I'm about community, I'm really big on sisterhood. Right now, I have a lot of collaborations. I have Sense for Less by Brandy. She has her perfume in the store. My friend Manetta Modiva Crochet Design, she has her earrings in the store. My sister makes African earrings. She has her earrings in the store. So, and we've been great together. Share each other's stuff. When I go live, I share her perfumes. She shares my stuff. We did the ugly Christmas sweater in December. So I think it's important that we help each other. Yeah. I think it's very important that we help each other. And that's another way of us creating bonds and creating those positive relationships and pushing everybody towards success, right? I think that's important. Competition, there's a thing called healthy competition. That's normal, right? But I don't set out to compete with anybody. If anything, I'm competing with me. I want to be.
How can I be even better than I was before?
That's it. I want to be better than I was yesterday. And I think you see a lot of that in St. Louis. You see a lot of that in St. Louis.
It's always been the whole crabs in the barrel mentality.
Always. And we have to get out of that, because it's enough room for everybody out here to make it. It really is. If I don't want 100% of everything, I want the portion that's for me, right? So I don't need to be this Jane of all trades where I have a boutique. I just own everything. That's not what God has called us to do. He doesn't want us to own everything, right? It's enough room for everybody.
It is.
It is.
It's money everywhere.
It's money everywhere.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to, this is only just, no, it's money everywhere. It is all about, and I'm really big on collaboration too.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. Once again, it's like, stop just trying to hold all your talent just for yourself. Yeah. You can benefit from sharing it from others as well.
Sharing it. Tanya and I were just talking maybe a couple days ago about, it would be nice if we could get like some sweets or purchase where they have the different stores, like a little mall or something, and just have kind of like a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
It would be good to do something like that, but we just have to make sure that we have the right people, because you hear, crucial. You hear about these stories where, people are just not right. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand happen to some very good people. But just making sure that you're in business with the right people who share the same visions and the same values and morals that you share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I unfortunately experienced that when I collab with someone else years back in the DJ business.
Yeah.
It was just like I thought we was brothers, and it was going to be a great takeoff. And then all of a sudden, he just left me out cold. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So like for a minute, I was having little small trust issues trying to
absolutely,
one to collab. I'm like, man, he or she may do me dirty, or use me for the wrong reason, stuff like that. So like you said, it has to be the right people who's like-minded and has a genuine love and mindset.
Absolutely. It's important. And it's just to protect you. I mean, we live in times now where you really have to make sure that you're in business with the right people, because we live in some wicked times, right? And people are finding really, really good people is rare these days. So, yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, just do your research, is what I tell people. Do your research on people.
Yeah.
Somebody knows somebody. So, yeah.
I want to bring this up because you brought up earlier about the support system, and when you were going to do this, going to do that, how you had those people there for you. I think someone had Tribe on there. Mental health has been a huge topic over the last couple of years, but how important is it to just all of a sudden hey, I'm just calling or texting you just to say, hey, I want to check in on you.
Yeah.
How are you? I'm here for you. How important do you think that is to have those wellness checks for people?
I think it's very important. Life is lifing for a lot of people, and sometimes I don't think we realize how important just a phone call can be to someone. I just experienced something last week that was terrifying for me. And it had nothing to do with me, but just to witness it firsthand, somebody literally having a mental breakdown while we're talking. And to the point where we had to call people to come and intervene, to make sure that this individual got the help that they needed. And they're hospitalized right now. And so I think for me, that made me take a step back and not just look at, people on the job, but friends, family, just to say, hey, it doesn't have to be every day, but once a week, pick up the phone and say, you good over there? Tanya has, and we text. We may not talk on the phone every single day, but we text every single day. Every single day. And we have not missed a day since May of last year. Brandy and I talk often out throughout the day, either via Facebook, Instagram, somewhere along that day, we're communicating. But I think it's so good to just check in and say, you good over there? If I haven't heard from Brandy or Tanya, they're going to get a text from me. Y'all good over there?
Yeah.
Because life is lifing, and people are really having hard times right now. I don't know if you saw the young lady that jumped off the Galleria like that. I was devastated to see that she left these babies behind, but something took her over. And it's scary because people are losing jobs. People are losing homes. They're losing family members. And we just need to be better about caring more for each other.
Definitely.
And not just self. Yeah.
And let's see here. We have finding good people is definitely rare.
Yeah.
My wifey, in regards to the idea about having multiple businesses, one-stop shop.
Yeah.
She loving the idea. Brandy said this has been a great podcast interview. We'll be tuning in to Smoooth Conversation. Thank you very much. I got to use that for promo.
Come on, girl.
Thank you, Brandy. Once again, everyone, like, share, go on YouTube and subscribe and click on that bell. Smoooth Conversation. Smooth with not one, not two, but three O's, y'all. Smoooth Conversation. Like and subscribe right now. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been an amazing conversation that I've had with TD.
Thank you.
Tiffany Dorsey. Tanya says that lady was one of my sister's Lyric Love's old coworker.
Really? Yeah. So sad.
Oh, okay. The lady
The
who.
lady that
Oh,
jumped. Yeah.
wow. That's
That's so
crazy.
sad.
Yeah.
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 So as we wind down on this wonderful conversation,
Yeah.
uh, I brought up in regards to how you are boss, leader, chief fashion officer, CFO.
Yes.
Being a sister, doing so many things. One thing that I did not put out there, but I don't want to not bring it up,
Mm-hmm.
is that you also, because you brought them up earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you also are a wife.
Yeah, I am.
And talk about this moment right here and this day.
Ah, that was a good day. That was our wedding day. That was a great day. Um, that was what, 15 years ago. So that was a good day. We had probably over 200 guests that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was the event at?
It was on the south side. I can't remember the name of the place.
It do look familiar because like it had like a stage like right in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah. It was way on the south
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Is that the one like by is that Chippewa area?
It was on the south side.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, that was a great day.
Yeah, wifey. I want to say it's the same event that Janetta, sister Eva had her event a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Sadal did, wifey. I can't recall the name of it, but I think it's the same venue.
Really?
Because I've done that event
I can't
a couple
think of
times.
the name of it.
But the wifey says, "Oh, I was there."
Yeah.
So
that was a good day.
Talk about 15 years. People say that you have your ups and downs.
You do.
People say just a whole lot. They say it's tough. It could be a journey. Just talk about your experience of being a wife and what advice, because people like to ask this anyone about advice. Yeah. But it's different when you're asking from someone who has been, is married. Yeah. Like I can't ask a single person.
No. Because they don't know. They don't know about marriage.
But just give us your takeaways, your thoughts about marriage, and of course, to Harold.
Marriage is what you make it. If you're doing the work, if you are really doing the work, it can be a beautiful thing. And our marriage is a beautiful thing. Of course, you have your ups and downs. It's been some challenges. We've gone through some journeys.
Thank you, Orlando's.
No, it wasn't Orlando's.
No, it sure wasn't. It was called something different.
It's not Orlando's. It was.
I'm about to find out the name of that spot while you talking about marriage.
Scottish. I can't remember, but I'm going to find it for you. Okay. But we go through our challenges. I think marriage is a beautiful thing. I love married life. Learn some lessons, lots of lessons. And I think for Harold and I, we're in a journey right now. But we're working through some things. It gets tough.
And I have to say this because I know both of you very well.
Yeah.
It was refreshing to see the photo from New Year's Eve. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
In such a long time.
Yeah.
Used in people who on social media like me, you could tell something isn't quite right because you don't see the same. Yeah. Like if people didn't see me post my wife,
they would know something is wrong. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would. So, it was refreshing to see that. Yeah. At the moment. But please, continue on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But life is marriage is it's a beautiful thing, and I still love it today. Like I said, we're going through a journey, and Sometimes I think you need to kind of have to pull back so that you
Mm-hmm.
can just get you again, get you together personally, and I don't think God allows those things to happen, without having um, without being able to really fix it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it wasn't that we just kind of got off track somewhere. We got off track somewhere. And we needed to pull back a little bit to make sure that we could bring this thing back together the way that it should be. But I love her. I care about what happens to him. We still talk every day. Um, and we'll see how things go.
Well, you already know from the
Yeah,
Saunders, we are definitely rooting for y'all both. Well, for
absolutely.
y'all.
Yeah,
Um,
I appreciate that.
what is something, because you got the platform, got the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
What is something that you would like to just say to Harold right now?
Um, I love him. I love him. Yeah. And the best is yet to come. That's what I know.
Great.
And that God does not make any mistakes.
And I'm glad that I asked the question, because this is about being 100.
Yeah.
Because I've seen relationships, whether it's in front of you on TV,
Yeah.
or whatever it
Yeah.
is, and something that I vowed to my wife
Yeah.
was that I wanted to use those experiences that I've seen,
Yeah.
observed, heard, whatever,
Yeah.
and change the narrative.
You have to. You have to be willing to do that, especially in this day and time
Yes.
when people just think anything goes.
Yes.
And that's not anything that can help you, right?
Yes.
It's going to keep you from moving forward. It's going to keep you from moving forward together, and um, and it's just not beneficial to what you all have created.
Mm-hmm.
I know that God honors marriage. I know that he does. And I am not one to say that I have not made any mistakes. But I think it's about taking a look at yourself to see what mistakes have you made? What do I need to do to make this thing come back and get it together? And I think, over time, people get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You get comfortable, you get you can sometimes take people for granted.
Yeah.
And when those things start to creep in, we have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Because then that means there's a crack in the foundation somewhere. And so you have to be transparent enough and adult enough to say, hey, let's revisit what this thing is supposed to be and find out what the problem is.
It goes back to also
communication. It's communication.
Yeah.
And I'm sure somewhere along the line, I probably didn't communicate the way that I should have either. And he didn't either. But it's always a way to come back and fix what the trials and the tribulations. It's always a way that you can come back from that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the future holds for anybody. I don't know what it holds for me. I don't know what it holds for him. But I just trust my father. I trust him. But I will say, I went through a period where I felt heavy. I felt like I was taking on a lot, not just in marriage, but just in general. I was pouring and pouring and pouring, and I wasn't getting anything back. And so I had to make some decisions like, what am I going to do for me? Because I feel like I'm losing me. And so I had to get me back. That's what I needed to do. It was important to get me back and to I needed to be empowered. And what I learned is that in this situation in the last year, I've learned that I cannot pour everything. So to keep my cup full, and whatever is left over, people can get the rest of that. But that cup has to stay full, and all of that is for me. The leftovers is for everybody else. And so I'm encouraging people today, you too. Sometimes we can get away from self care because we're always looking out for the other person, always looking out for other people, making sure we're attending everybody's event, making sure we're getting everybody a birthday card and a gift. And sometimes you just have to simply say no.
Yeah.
Because in those times, I think in these challenging times, you really find out how people feel about you. Right. And I have my 3 circles that I call my circles of life. I have my little core circle that's close to my heart. Then I have this circle, and then I have another circle. And I will say, in my trying times, I know that God kept me, because I know the devil been after me for a long time. But he ain't gonna stop. But when I say it's been I just feel like there was attack after attack after attack. And I used to wonder, like, what is this? But I know that it's because of the favor that God has on me. And this year, when I told God that I would yield to him and say yes, is when I started to see a shift.
And you know what's crazy for me is that, as my wife brought up to you earlier, is that we pray every week.
That's good.
And I had one particular prayer that I just asked God to show me a sign, or give me that, give me what I need to see in regards to allowing people in or shutting people out.
Yeah.
And like within 2 days later, something happened that allowed me to be like, okay.
And you got to be ready for it. Were you ready for it?
Yeah, I had to go ahead and let it go. Like, you know what? This is not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And something that I've been a part of and brought up and was a crucial part, you know, a crucial piece to the development and growth. I had to say, you know what? I'm good, because I see how I was being treated. I see how I don't have the acknowledgement I deserve.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel like I'm getting the love that I deserve, I have to go ahead and move on.
Reciprocation.
Exactly.
It's mandatory.
Because like I said before, in regards to this show, in regards to what I do with Smoooth Productions, is that I'm very big on shining a light and acknowledging and showing love. And if you're not in that season of wanting to give me the love that I feel I deserve, then why should I keep on hanging on to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about reciprocation. And like I said, you know, in trying times, that's when you really find out who's in your corner.
Who rocks with you.
Yeah. And some of it may be a shock. I wasn't prepared for some people to kind of turn away, but you know what? I thank God for it. Like when I say God kept me when I didn't even want to be kept. Like, I know that, you know right from wrong. And I know that, you know, sometimes when you get your feelings hurt, you do some things that you probably shouldn't do. And I did. But God snatched me right back. Yeah. And I'm grateful for that. When I say, I'm going to share this with y'all. Okay.
Pull your body hurt. Come on back over.
I'm going to share this with y'all. I woke up one Sunday morning, and like it was 7:00 in the morning. Okay. And when I tell you God convicted me something terrible and told me, this what you gonna do after I've done all this for you, little girl? I will snatch everything from you. That's just what he said. I will snatch everything from you. And then he gave me 2 dreams and showed me the same dream twice. I paced that floor that day, begging God, crying to forgive me, because I knew I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. That's not what he had for me. And it's not things that he had me to do. But I'm so grateful for his conviction, because that's his love for me.
Right.
And I had to yield. I had to yield and say, you know, God, whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. So I don't detest difficult seasons. Too often we focus on the problem. And that's not the time to do that. When you're in a challenging season, you really need to focus on what God wants you to do in that season. Because it really ain't about the situation itself, right? It's really about what does he want from you in this season. And that's the one thing that I learned in this last year. But I feel blessed. I feel I'm covered by the blood, and I know I am. Um, and I just see the hand of God moving over my life. I really do.
So
Yeah.
let's take away the CFO. Let's take away the business mindset, the
Yeah.
boss mindset, the leader mindset, the wifey mindset.
Yeah.
Who is Tiffany?
Tiffany is love. Tiffany is nurturing. Tiffany is a good friend, a good listener, a good supporter. Tiffany is just, she's me. She's me. And I am proud of who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of who I've become and who I am becoming. Because this is not the end. I know that there's another level that I'm going to, and this is why God is doing the things that he's doing right now. So I am just in the word. Thank you. I am in the word, and just I'm laser focused right now on what I need to be doing just to make sure that I'm walking upright, because I want all the blessings that God has for me. So that's who I am.
And with that being
That's
said,
who I am.
that is another edition of Smoooth Conversations. Why don't you look in the camera and give those the big camera, and feel free to give me any special shout outs.
I just want to shout out my crew that's on here. Tammy, of course, Jamie, Sis, your wife, everybody, all of my loves, Brandy, Tanya.
Tanya says,
Tammy.
Tanya says you hard headed sometimes too.
Yes, I am. They know it. I am. I admit that. But I just want to shout out all of you guys on here, especially my crew, for just always showing up. Not just here, but for everything that I do. And for always encouraging me to do the right thing, even when I don't want to, because I am hard-headed. But I always come back and do the right thing. And then I want to shout you out for having me on the show, and just for believing in me and for giving me these flowers in this time. And I just pray God's continuous blessings on you.
Appreciate
and I see this thing getting bigger and bigger. So I just want you to know you need to get ready. Stand in position.
I'm ready.
Stand in position.
Ready. Let's go.
Look at what they saying.
Let's go.
They so rude.
Let's see. Right. Definitely don't listen, but I'm going to stick beside her.
That's my thing. Yeah. I can count on my girls to really step up, and they've kept me. They've been praying and everything else, because ooh, child.
Woo. Let's see.
Child, I was outside.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Great show tonight. She enjoyed it.
Yes, I enjoyed this.
Thank you very much. Once again, it's been fun. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
TD.
TD.
All right. So with that being said, y'all, that was another edition of Smoooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. Go ahead and follow. I need everyone right now who's still tuned in. I know you may be on Facebook, on the X, or other spots, but I need to get more people to subscribe on YouTube and click on that bell. Smoooth Conversation, smooth with 3 O's, y'all. Go on there, like, subscribe, and let the whole world know. Let your peoples know about Smoooth Conversations. There's about 7 months of archived great conversation, not an interview, but straight up conversations with a lot of amazing people. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. I have amazing upcoming people who's definitely made an influence locally and globally, who will be on the show and sharing their stories very soon. Also, if you didn't hear earlier, Smoooth Conversations, this episode and other episodes starting next Thursday will also be on the very new Beat District Radio. Starting next Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So go ahead on to beatdistrictradio.com. Also, download the app on your device, whether you have iOS or Android. Just put in Beat District Radio. You'll see the logo and check that out. Check them out. Follow them on across social media. Going to be a lot of big promo, advertising, marketing going on very soon. So, as I always like to say, stay tuned and stay smooth, y'all. It's your boy Smoooth with 3O Smoooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. And y'all have a great rest of your evening. Spread the word, y'all. Smoooth Conversations.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.